This presentation will provide a brief overview of the writing process. The writing process consists of three general broad steps: pre-write, or come up with ideas; write, express those ideas; and rewrite, improve how you express those ideas. Writers often refer to pre-writing as brainstorming, writing as drafting, and rewriting as revision. These are interchangeable terms. The writing process is a recursive process, meaning that the way you revise your expression of your ideas may affect what ideas you come up with next or how you express them, and the ideas you come up with next or the way you express them may influence the next revision you make. We talk about the writing process as pre-writing, writing, and rewriting because it makes the process simpler to discuss and to understand. But in reality, these steps are sort of jumbled up into one big process. Pre-writing or brainstorming can be facilitated with certain strategies or techniques. Some of the most common are webbing, listing, defining, using a quote, responding, thinking, or pre-writing. Webbing is often called clustering, mapping, or mind mapping, but it's all the same basic idea. You place your topic in the middle of a page and then come up with ideas that branch off it, creating a web or map as seen in this slide. Listing, defining, using a quote, and responding can be helpful because they jog your memory and creativity. You can list as many ideas as possible, try to define a difficult idea or concept as a way to lead to other ideas, use a thought-provoking quote that leads to some discussion, or respond to someone else's thoughts and ideas. Thinking is also a good brainstorming strategy, especially for introverts. By thinking, I mean that you take the time to mentally plan what you want to write. Pre-writing is the opposite of thinking. You simply jump right into writing and write whatever comes to mind without thinking or worrying too much about it. Usually you will delete most of the free-write, but it may help you decide what topic to write about, come up with a good thesis statement, or generate some ideas that you can further develop or flesh out. When you begin writing or drafting, you need to consider the surrounding environment. Many people think they have to seclude themselves so they can focus and write well. But that may not be a comfortable environment for your thinking and writing. Generally, introverts tend to like quieter, distraction-free environments because hectic environments take a toll on their internal energy. Plus, they can think about and plan their writing, which is important since they don't usually begin writing until they've planned some of it out. Extroverts need environments with people, noise, and some distraction because the external activity provides them with energy they can use in their thinking and writing processes. You need to write in the environment that is most comfortable for you. Revision is usually misunderstood. Most people think revision means changing sentence structure, grammar, and spelling. In reality, revision means to see again. Revision means focusing on the most important aspects of your writing, the higher order concerns, and seeing how they could be changed for the better. If you realize your conclusion states a different thesis than your introduction, so you rewrite your introduction in half your paper, then you are revising. In contrast, editing refers to changing sentence structure and grammar. When you edit, you switch your attention from the higher order concerns to the lower order concerns, the things that won't make or break your entire paper. To make this switch, you have to consciously refocus on the little things. Reading out loud can often help. Proofreading addresses really minor concerns like spelling, typos, and formatting. Because revision addresses issues that could lead to substantial rewriting, it makes sense to revise, then edit, and then proofread. It doesn't make sense to edit and proofread something you might delete or rewrite. As mentioned earlier, the writing process is recursive or circular. Coming up with ideas may influence how you express them. That is, you wouldn't necessarily express idea A the same way as idea B, so pre-writing affects writing. When you express your ideas a certain way, then you may need to revise other parts of your writing, or it may affect what ideas you come up with next or how you write those ideas. And when you improve how you express your ideas, then you are likely going to affect something else about your writing, which will necessitate more brainstorming and drafting and revision until everything is just right. Thank you, and if you have any questions, please email jsentell@cmo.edu.